Here are 5 words every RV enthusiast should know: advocacy, community, education, resources, rewards. That's what the RV Advisor was built on, along with protecting your rights. Visit thervadvisor.com.
This is the RV Advisor Podcast with your host, Tom Alexander. Get all the latest information, trends, advice from experts, stories from the road, and more in the world of recreational vehicles. Now, here's Tom.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the RV Advisor Podcast. I'm Tom Alexander, and today I am joined by Ken and Joe. Hey, Ken and Joe, how are you?
Great, Tom.
Outstanding.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we were talking ahead of time, and you told me that you're in the great state of Pennsylvania, near and dear to my heart, and right in Gettysburg there.
Yes.
Very, very nice. Are you there? Have you been to some of the historic sites?
Yes, a couple of them.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot
here,
to do.
Yeah, we got here about 2 days ago. Yesterday we went up to the museum and kind of planned where we're going to go. Then probably later today we're going to do the auto tour, hit all the memorials and that stuff.
Very nice. And how's the weather up there right now?
Wet. Yeah, a bit wet.
A little wet, huh? Yeah, well, yeah. October, Pennsylvania in October, can tend to be a little bit on the wet side, if I recall. But hopefully it'll clear out for you, and you'll get a good spell and able to do the things. Now, I see the shirt's a Grand Design National Rally, and that's based out of Elkhart, right? That's
Yes.
Which is whether you're a new RVer or a longtime RVer, that is the capital, if you will, of the RV industry, right?
Yes, it is.
It's RV Central up there. It's just wall-to-wall manufacturers and everything else up there. Plus all the people that make all the parts and everything. So,
how long have you been full timing?
August of 19.
Yep.
Okay.
2 years.
All right, so 2 years, just a little over 2 years. And did you find that when the pandemic hit, things got a little complicated for you? Did it slow you up a little bit, or were you able to kind of get through it okay?
It did slow us up some. We had some campgrounds that got a hold of us and canceled our reservations. But we basically bounced back and forth between my husband's parents and our daughter. We had full hookups at our daughter's house, but we had electric and water at his parents'.
Yeah.
So for a couple of months, we just bounced back and forth between those two.
Gotcha. I'm looking behind you. It looks like a beautiful unit that you're in. Tell us a little bit about what's home.
Yeah, we got this is a 2020 Grand Design Reflection 337 RLS. We bought this March of last year, so right before the pandemic got crazy.
Yeah.
And we started out when we first started 2 years ago, we had a Grand Design Reflection travel trailer. And so we went from a 2,700 square foot house to a couple hundred square foot. So when we had it, she decided I need a little bit more space. So that's where we got this one at. So yeah, this rig's been great. We've probably put close to 30,000 miles on it already, just since March of last year. And I mean, it's been great. Really just minor kind of little issues and things. So thank God, big horror stories that you hear out there sometimes. But yeah, it's been wonderful. And it's the right size. We got a dog and a cat, so it's
they travel well, do they?
A hot rod. We got our dog. He's a chow chow. He's an 80-pound chow chow. He may pop up here in a minute.
We often get unscheduled visits from our
might get a little fuzz face pop up through here. He does real well on travel. He loves rest areas. I mean, every time we pull off to go in there and hit rest, he just goes nuts. He's like, oh yeah, more smells. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
So she doesn't like travel days, and so normally we'll throw her in the truck and she'll hide under the seat till we get to where we're at, and then she'll pop back out.
Yeah.
So
That's great. Well, we want to learn more about your trips, some of the places you've seen, and where you may be going, and kind of learn also about a little bit about that transition of going from brick and mortar to wheels on the road. So we'll find out about all of that when we come back. My guests are Ken and Joe, and it's Ken and Joe's Excellent Adventure, by the way. And you can go on Instagram and find them. It's Ken _and_ Joe's JOS _ Excellent Adventure. So you can go there and check out their photos, and they've got a lot of cool stuff going on. So and over 1,000 followers. So that's great. We'll find out about all that stuff when we come back from the break. This is the RV Advisor podcast. Back.
The rights of the RV enthusiast are important. That's why the RV Advisor has built a nationwide network of RV owners, empowering you with advice you can trust. Visit thervadvisor.com.
We are back on the RV Advisor podcast. I'm Tom Alexander. My guests are Ken and Joe. Ken and Joe's Excellent Adventure on Instagram. You can check them out, see some of the places they've been, and we'll talk about that and some of the places you're going as well, folks, because, you know, when you're riding around on wheels, your home is on wheels, you get to call a lot of new places your front porch, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So give us a couple highlights. Since you've been traveling and from beginning in August of 2019, what are some, give us a couple, maybe one each, of your favorite places you've visited.
I guess our favorite somewhere has been the Badlands, I guess, just the state of South Dakota, because we traveled all the way across South Dakota from east to west. And the nice thing about it is, you start out where it's kind of flat. And then as you get to the west side, you start getting near the Rockies, and then the change, the land just changes just crazy. Mm-hmm. And it's just the colors that are in the hills, because it's not really like the mountains there. It's like the earth just opens up, and you got like these mountains that are like in the ground. And but yeah, it's just beautiful. Just the things that are out there, the colors. Of course, we boondock there at the Nomad place for a week. The
outside of Wall
down there, because they've got an area down there we basically just backed this rig up, since we got the big back window.
Yeah,
we backed it up right to the edge of the cliff, and we had that entire view. So it was
wow. That's
awesome.
Got to be I'm sure that's pretty special. Yeah, that's definitely one of the areas on my bucket list for sure. Wanted to get to that part of the country. I've never been. And I was thinking the other day, how many states have I been to? Just a shade over half. So I've got some work to do.
Yep. It's us. We have what, 26?
27 now.
27 now.
Yeah.
So we're about the same then on that.
Yeah.
Left
about where I am, right? Just around 27, 28, somewhere in there. And I definitely, of course, a couple of those have just been passing through moments, but haven't really, maybe a quick stop for a second, and that's about it. But it's there's so much to do. People, I know, and listen, I love to travel outside as well and go different places around the world, but in this country, there's just so much diversity and variety to see. So much, it's incredible how you've got the tropics here in South Florida where we are. Right. And of course, in Hawaii, you've got the similar, weather and everything. But then you go to different places, and you just can't believe it's all the same country sometimes. It's
well, it's just like the East Coast, because we just left Maine. We stay up at Acadia and Bar Harbor.
Yeah.
And you go from there, and it's like everything's, you're only a couple hundred feet, but you see all these huge, massive, almost mountains. Where the rock is. And then you go down further down the East Coast, then you go down to like the Keys, which we've been in. Sure. And it's a whole other world.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just all different. So
And
that's
it's
what's
all sharing the
great about it.
same Atlantic Ocean, right? You still, you
Yeah,
can't.
that's it. You know,
Yeah,
same
it's like,
ocean,
wow,
but
really?
it's just
Yeah.
same country, same ocean, but it's like crazy different.
It,
So,
it
yeah.
it is amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
How about
Yeah.
you, Joe? Where have you? By the way, Joe, is that short for Josephine or Joanne or
Johanna.
Johanna? Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Well, I didn't get
Little
that one.
German.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, what about you, Joe?
I mean, I loved South Dakota,
Yeah.
but we got up to Maine a month ago. That was just amazing. I mean, it was so beautiful up there.
Mhm.
That would probably have to be my second favorite state so far that we have hit. Just loved going down the coastline, looking at lighthouses.
Oh
and
yeah. Yeah.
Going up to Cadillac Mountain. We did that and watched the sunset. We're not early bird people, so we didn't want to go up there for sunrise. But we did make it up for a sunset. But yeah, New England, since we had never been up there, I didn't know what to expect, and it was just amazing.
Yeah, and one of the things too, and we like to chat about this on the show every now and then, that comes up actually fairly frequently, depending on what part of the country you're in. If you're a big foodie, a fan of food or whatever, there's all kinds of places to. I'm sure in New England, obviously lobster.
Lobster.
Lobster. Yeah.
Yeah, lobster.
And I guess you got to partake in some of that, huh?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
It's a little expensive this year.
Yeah, it's pricey this year.
Yeah.
We were shocked at how much it was to get.
Yeah. Now your home state's Kentucky.
Yes.
What is sort of like? Is there a go-to sort of meal there? Is like that's kind of famous for, or is it
Kentucky hot brown? Kentucky hot brown.
Okay, tell us what that is exactly.
Basically, it's just like roast beef, and
Turkey.
cheese. Well, turkey, tomatoes, good gravy on basically toast. And
Okay.
it started basically in Louisville. Supposedly the original started at the Brown Hotel
Mhm.
there, which is like the fancy place there in Louisville. And they kind of coined it, and it's kind of been everywhere. And then, other parts of the state, it's the, little some barbecue scene, but it's the burgoo. Burgoo is what you'll hear through most of like the rural parts of Kentucky, which can be anything. It's just a stew.
Yeah.
And, depending on where you're from, I mean, it can have anything in it from beef to squirrel.
Oh boy.
Goats, it's just whatever.
Yeah.
And whatever goes in.
Whatever's running around the place.
That's it. Pretty much
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but that's probably the two biggie things.
Derby pie.
Yeah, and Derby pie. Yeah, we're
Derby
from.
pie.
Yes.
And that's connected to the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and the mint juleps. Everybody.
The mint juleps.
The
Of
mint
course,
juleps,
we know.
yep.
Yeah, we know that one.
Yeah, that's it. So,
Have you been? I'm guessing you've been to at least one Derby, right?
one.
Yes.
One. Okay.
One.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
funny. It's like New York, like most New Yorkers don't go to the Statue of Liberty, right?
Yeah,
Right.
That's it.
It's because you always say, hey, it's always there. Why? I'll get to it.
That's
You
it.
never get to it,
Well, that's the way Louisville was. We usually would leave. I mean, even before we started RVing, we would usually take a vacation around Derby time just to get to Louisville, because you got all these crazy people coming from there all over the country.
Sure.
Louisville, and it's just crazy.
Yeah.
They come in, we leave.
Yeah.
So,
No, I understand that. It's
Yeah.
here in South Florida, as I'm sure you know, the winter is beautiful, and
oh yeah,
we got a lot. The population increases by about close to 1 million people if you count all the snowbirds. That
that's it.
yeah,
Two more coming.
2 more coming, right?
Yes.
No, it's that kind of a thing, and you really notice it with the traffic. You'll hop on 95 South or something, and it's like, wow. It's Tuesday at 9:30 in the morning. Where's everybody going? You know, they should be at work by now, but it's all the snowbirds going someplace, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah. And by the way, circling back to food for 1 second, you said that the dish that you mentioned was hot
Kentucky hot brown.
Kentucky hot brown. Right.
Yeah.
Kentucky hot brown. You know, you go to different places and a sub sandwich, depending on where you are. And if you're in Philly, it's a hoagie. If you're in New York, it's a hero. If you're in Chicago, I think it's a grinder. If you're in New Orleans, it's a po' boy, and it's all the same thing. Right? It's all the same thing. So, you know, that's what's great about it. Just, you get this regional name for stuff that maybe all of us have some version of, you know. So
That's it exactly.
Yeah. So it's what a great concept, I'll tell you. So where to from here? You know, you're in Gettysburg right now. And what are you thinking about for your next visit? Any place special on the docket?
Oh, we're heading to Williamsburg when we leave here on Thursday. We're kind of calling this our history tour.
Yeah.
And then where are we going after Williamsburg?
Yeah, then we with me being retired military, we stayed a lot of military fam camps, which is great for us because the prices are usually, you know, lower, and then the facilities are killer. So then after we leave Williamsburg in that area, we'll swing by, just go through the Outer Banks real quick, and then we're staying at a place down in Jacksonville, North Carolina, which is right on the beach. Yeah. And so we'll go there. We kind of try to hit. There's quite a few places on the East Coast that military. We kind of got to watch out with Hot Rod. He's a chow chow, so which is crazy. A lot of military places we can't stay at because of him. Because of the breathing. Yeah. And a lot of them in Florida. That's what's crazy about Florida is 3 places in Florida we can't stay at because of him, because he's a chow chow. And so, but yeah, we like utilizing the fam camps. And then we'll end up with our daughters. We're going to spend a month with her because we got a grandson that's getting ready to turn 2. And so we got to get
that's special. That's a special.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of why we do this. I mean, that's kind of why we do this, because, you know, if we need a grandson fix, then, hey, we'll just make a detour.
Absolutely.
Hit North Carolina.
Great. I'm hoping for one of those someday too. My son's got to get married first, I guess, but we're you know, he's busy with his career right now, so you know that's okay. We'll hopefully we got some time.
Yeah,
but anyway, well, listen, folks, it's great. It's great to speak with you and check in and see what's going on. And we'd love to have you back. And you know, you spend some time here in South Florida. Hopefully, we can do one of these in person. And
we'll be there
in January.
Perfect.
We're spending probably 2 to 4 months there.
Oh, great. Well, then we've got a whole new facility that's we're building out here in South Florida and in Broward County, and you know, it's going to be really special when it's done. I got a chance to take a ride over there and see it as it's being developed, and it is going to be a lot of fun. So we'll actually be in Key Largo in March, and also down at Fort DeSoto for a couple of weeks. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
yeah, my family lives in Florida, so quite a bit of time there.
Right.
Live
in Fort Pierce.
Oh, Fort Pierce. Yeah, that's not too far from us. Yeah, we're about 2 hours up the road from us.
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
Right. So we try to spend a couple of weeks there to see my mother and the rest of my aunts and uncles down there. But we see them. It's funny with this lifestyle, we see our family more now that we're on the road than what we did when we had our house.
Yeah.
Because you always had that responsibility of finding someone to cut the grass, get your mail, just all of that stuff. So it wasn't like you could just pick up and go.
Yeah.
No, we just pick up and go.
Right. That's literally, I mean, that's what it's become, right?
Yes.
It's the traveling road show. And and I mean, everyone I've spoken with has that sort of same take, it's the mobility is just,
Yeah.
very, very welcoming, and, people, you can see a lot of people and put them on your schedule. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Great.
and we've made some incredible friends out here. I mean, we got this one couple, we've run across them now in 6 different states.
Huh.
And I mean, we're just friends now, just great friends. And so that's a great thing about it. People that you meet, places you get to go, and new friendships you make.
It's
So
it's the community.
yeah.
It is,
really
and
great
it is
community.
the
Yeah.
community, which we talk about. I think in every single podcast we've had, it's an amazing community, real close
Yep,
knit,
it really is.
a big family. So it's
Yep, that's it, exactly.
everybody helping each other out too. It's a great
Oh yeah.
spirit, it's really pretty
Yep.
cool. So, well, listen, folks, thanks again so much for coming on. It's Ken and it's Joe. It's Ken and Joe's Excellent Adventure, and you can follow them on Instagram. Be one of the more than 1,000 followers that they have. Hop on, join the fun, and see where they're going next.
Yep.
We'll
That's
see
it.
you next time, Ken and Joe. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
All right, there they are, Ken and Joe. We'll be back right after these words.
GPS is Gigi's personal services. She's an RV expert with over 3 decades of experience. To learn more, visit thervadvisor.com today.
Wrapping things up now on the RV Advisor podcast, just want to remind you that rvaca.org, that's rvaca.org, is the place to go to register your unit and will soon be your voice in Washington. That's rvaca.org, rvaca.org. Thanks so much for watching the RV Advisor podcast and listening. We'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody. So long.